Hello and welcome to the Garden of the Black Roses. This is my next chapter of Magic of Moonlight. I've actually been on a roll and written some chapters, although this is the latest finished chapter. So, Magic of Moonlight, Chapter 10, Stalker Trouble. Over the next few days, all the knights and avatars were cautious about who they were talking to and when. Amber had been starting to receive little notes and other trinkets on her desk, as well as snuck into her bag when she wasn't looking. The knights in particular became very wary when Sebastian found a bloody knife in his locker, along with a note that read, "This might be you next, mate stealer." Everyone was sure it was Trance doing these things, but without catching him in the act, they were unable to punish him without looking like they were bullying or beating him up for no reason. Amber had rediscovered her ability to hide and slip in and out of places without being seen, and was avoiding everyone but her mate, the knights, and the avatars. She had gotten by without the little trinkets appearing until she found a picture of Sebastian and her. Someone had slashed through the photo, cutting Sebastian's head off and cutting between them. On the back it read, "I'm coming for you soon, my love." A bloody pocket knife had been stabbed through it into the desk, right through where Sebastian's heart would be. This was enough to set Amber off. She burst into Sebastian's classroom and dove into his lap. He sighed and lowered his head, whispering to her quietly. Caius caught sight of the picture she still held in her hand and tugged it from her to show the other two knights. Their teacher, Leona, looked flabbergasted at the sight before her. "Don't," Logan told her through the pack mind link. "Amber and Sebastian have been receiving threats. Someone keeps telling her they're going to take her away. She's scared with the latest one." "Latest one?" Logan sent her a mental image of the picture that lay in his hands, along with an image of what was written on the back. "How many have there been?" He sent her a multitude of images then, of threats either one had found. "Does the principal know?" "He does," Logan sighed, and kept his eyes on Sebastian, trying to comfort his frightened mate. "He's given permission for the four of us to deal with whoever is responsible personally, provided we obtain the necessary proof to ensure that we are not punishing any innocents." "I'll keep an eye out as well. I'll talk to Logarth. He's Ember's teacher. He's probably just as flabbergasted as I am if she left his class to come here." She could feel another mind link trying to press in on her. Hold on, Logan." "Has Ember gone there?" Logarth asked her, in her mind. "She ran out of here like as if she had seen a ghost. I just checked her desk and saw a bloody pocket knife inside. She seemed extremely scared, so I was hoping she ran to Sebastian." "She did. Leona sent him everything Logan had told her. I hope we can get this settled for the two of them. Whoever it is doing something illegal by planning to kidnap a marked she-wolf." "I'll keep an eye out as well," Logarth agreed. "Let her stay there for as long as she needs to before sending her back here. I have a feeling, however, after seeing that, she might be too afraid to leave Sebastian's side." "Agreed." She turned her mind link back to Logan. Logarth is now aware. He was checking in to see if Amber had come here. He told me that there was a bloody pocket knife inside her desk as well. "Thank you. We need to get to the bottom of this soon." Chelsea sat in the opposite side of the room, Her eyes narrowed at the scene before her. What could possibly cause her to do that? Such a drama queen, always wanting centre of attention. First her friends get it for her by reporting every bullying incident to the principal and Sebastian. Then she herself gets it when she gets paraded out and marked by Sebastian in front of everyone. And now she's making herself the centre of attention by acting like there's something so scary that she absolutely has to come and disturb him. She huffed and waved off the questioning look her friends gave her with a "I'll tell you later." The only thing she's good for is that she won't get herself attention by whoring herself out to everyone. And at least she has standards with how she gets attention in that regard. She huffed again before glancing over to the other 3 future alphas. If only they weren't all marked and mated. Ember and her friends really have secured their spotlight by being marked by them. Her mind didn't want to process the fact that they had the tattoo of a true mate instead of simple fang marks of chosen mates. Accepting that would mean accepting that they were all true mates. She watched as Sebastian picked Ember up and left the classroom. Of course she disrupts his study enough so that she can have more alone time with him. She gets to spend all his free time already. Why can't she just let us have some time as well? I don't think that was a good idea. She could hear the 3 future alphas whispering amongst themselves. With those threats, them being alone will make them more of a target. Threats? Chelsea couldn't hear any more about the threats as the 3 were distracted with movement outside the window. They watched with some relief that Sebastian had chosen to take her to a spot that they could see from the classroom. Is Ember receiving death threats? Or some sort of other threat? This is too good to be true. She smiled to herself about the unknown ally who was making life hell for Ember. I just wish it didn't involve Sebastian too. Elsewhere, another wolf threw his pencil tin across his bedroom. She ran straight to him. All those trinkets and pieces of jewelry I gave her were all worthless. All she cares about is him. I'll make sure she never sees him again. He had ran home in fear of losing control in school. He didn't want to be arrested or committed into a facility for having, in his mind, a justified mental breakdown. A she-wolf leaned against the doorframe. Amusement was written all over her face. What's got your pants in a knot, brother? Has your lady love not returned your affections? It makes sense. She's marked and thoroughly mated by now. The wolf let out another enraged growl at this thought. Sebastian mating with Ember again and again ran through his mind. How dare they deny me what is mine? I honestly don't understand this obsession of yours, she continued. She continued on like as if he had not just growled at her. She's marked with a true mate mark, meaning anything you think you had with her is null and void. She's mine, he growled at her. She's always been mine. I made sure to tell her that she was mine. Now I can't even mark her because that stupid alpha got there first. Were you going to force mark her? The she-wolf seemed wary. Her brother was becoming more unhinged. She doesn't seem interested in you. The few times I've seen her, she made it her mission to keep well away from you. My mate would allow me to mark her, he roared at the she-wolf. You don't know anything. My mate knows she belongs to me. Doesn't seem like it, the she-wolf replied calmly. She has a true mate mark on her, meaning you aren't her mate. I don't understand what you think you're feeling, but it isn't a mate pull. She stepped back and walked off down the hall, leaving her brother to continue to rage in his bedroom. She moved quickly to the kitchen. "Mom, I'm worried." "I heard," she replied quietly. "Go see Alpha Erazel as soon as it's safe to do so, and tell him what's going on." She glanced back down the hall towards the noise of angry growls and some ceramic smashing. "I don't know why my son has become like this, but we need to stop this madness before someone gets hurt. I'll try my best, Mum." Sebastian purred softly. He hummed a tune his mother used to sing to him, to try and soothe Ember's nerves. Her soul was currently sitting in his source of power, surrounded by his protective aura. To the outside world, she looked like she was fast asleep in his lap. "How's she doing?" Caius asked quietly, as they approached the two. He handed Sebastian a salad roll he had snagged from the cafeteria for him. "Thanks," Sebastian said, taking a bite before replying. "She's still scared, but she's settling slowly." He indicated to his chest while taking another bite. "She's within me at the moment." The knights and the avatars sat near him. Violet kept a salad roll on her lap while she ate her own lunch. She had snagged that one for Ember when Ember finally came out again. The avatars looked at each other before dipping into their mind link. They wanted to see if they could still contact Ember despite her being within Sebastian's source. "Ember," Toby called tentatively. "Can you hear us?" "Yes," was the hesitant reply before she added, "Why?" "I can hear you as well." Sebastian's voice flowed into their link, startling the other avatars. "It's probably because Ember is within me right now instead of her own body." "That makes sense," Rita replied, being the first to recover from the shock. "I don't think any of the past avatars have ever tried this before. We just wanted to check in on you. I know Sebastian said you were settling down, but we just wanted to be sure." "It was trance," Ember whimpered. "He's escalating now because I've been marked. He's going to do something. I know he is." All four felt her anxiety and fear increase, causing Sebastian to start to purr and hum again to her. "I don't want to be hurt again. She couldn't get her words out. She felt blocked and trapped. Sebastian could sense the feelings and memories running through her. "I can do it again. I'll always do it again. Send my forces to battle inside you if I must." The three avatars were confused at that statement. "I'm here, and no matter what happens, I'll still be here." It was Rita who worked out what he was talking about. A mate before even the wolves were present, she said, causing Violet and Toby to understand as well. Sometimes we can't avoid getting hurt, but what matters is what happens after. Sebastian found a way to help you before, and now that he knows he's your mate, he can find a way to help you again. Ember stayed silent before a new voice joined their conversation. "My shield protects you, Avatar." They were all startled by this voice. "Tiberius sent me to Sebastian early, knowing that something may happen." "Fenrir." Ember's voice wavered. "You are early. You're not supposed to be here until the new king names himself. She shook herself lightly. I doubt you've even introduced yourself to Sebastian yet. Correct. I have not. Fenrir replied with a slight chuckle. Let me make amends to that now. I am Fenrir, one of the many gods that protect the wolves. My original purpose is not known to me, as my memories have been lost to me over time. The moon goddess found me bound to a rock and gave me a purpose. I now serve as the eternal guardian to the Werewolf King. I pass from the current to the future king when the future names himself. This current circumstance, however, has prompted a change in that tradition, a change that was granted by the moon goddess. While the king who I live within can use my monstrous form to protect the avatar of the moon, I also have a shield which activates when the avatar is threatened or harmed. You're the secret guardian that the original texts were talking about, Violet exclaimed in surprise. The one who appears at times of great need. Correct. If the avatar of the moon falls in battle, so too does the Werewolf King. Fenrir was amused that he now had more than just the king to talk to. He had never spoken to any of the avatars in this manner before. He often longed to speak to at least the avatar of the moon, but he had never been able to. I protect him, but I also protect her, by extension. Once they have marked each other, they are bound by a life bond. One cannot live without the other during their reign. It's only when the avatar dies of natural causes that the succession begins. So if Trance tries to touch me, Ember asked uncertainly. She wasn't sure if this shield existed, as it was not mentioned anywhere in the history books. He will be able to move you if you are incapacitated, but if he was to try to touch you in a sexual or harmful way, then the shield will activate, Fenrir explained softly. He could sense that Ember was trying to be less scared by holding on to the idea of his shield. If you are conscious and he tries to touch you, my shield will react to your wish to not be touched by him. Ember pondered on this for a while before asking, why can he move me if I've been incapacitated? It's a failsafe. If Sebastian is unable to move you somewhere safe, he can direct anyone to move you. Also, even without being directed, someone can move you to a safer location. I see. She paused, thinking her next words over carefully. You said the current king's name. I'm aware that I did, Fenrir chuckled. He had hoped that mistake had gone unnoticed. It is fine. No one but you four can hear me. Normally only the king can hear me, since I have never connected with the avatar of the moon in this manner before, much less the other avatars. As long as it's okay. Ember trailed off. I think I'm okay to come out now. The avatars withdrew from the mind link, leaving Ember to take her time, leaving Sebastian's source to go back to her own. And that's it. That's it for chapter 10. yeah. I have a few other recordings to do today, so hopefully these will go up soon. But yeah, let me know if you want me to record these more quickly. I don't know if I'm writing very quickly, actually. I've been writing just bits and pieces and not full chapters. But yeah, so I will see you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I have just finished night duty. Okay, so my words are really blah. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment. It will do me wonders. It would help so much. Also, remember, let your imagination grow wild. Bye for now.